All right, you guys aren't getting recorded, remember, it's just me. I'm going to bring my water back just in case I lose my voice. And I'll bring this back. So now that things have ended up on YouTube, it was funny, I got this email from somebody that said they could help me with my studio and my sound to make my yoga videos more attractive. And I thought, well, that's very nice. I'm doing as much as I can with light here. And I'm thinking some days I may go into the yoga studio itself. But my pink sofa, isn't that fun to look at? I try to change my colors so that you can see me, or wear something multicolored so you can see my legs. So let's go ahead and reach for our rubs ball or tennis ball, whatever ball you've got with you today. And let's just rub it between the hands. And you might get some sensations there, maybe a little numbness or tingling as you rub the ball. And I'm not going to make you rub the backs of your hands. Well, you could. You could. Go ahead and turn your hand over, take the ball, let's say to the right arm, and just rub the back of the hand a little bit. And then do the same thing with the left hand. Oh, I'm actually getting a little tingling there. And then take the ball to your chest, and you guys know, rubbing the chest and up over the shoulder, just pressing with the pressure that feels okay for your body today. And my ball has those little spikes. It's a tiny ball with a spike, so that kind of feels good. I think it's a little easier to make it stick to your body too. So go ahead and rub, rub, rub. And while you're rubbing, whatever side of the chest you're rubbing, let the other arm just sort of dangle down. And then cross the body with the ball, the other side, whatever side you're on, doesn't matter. Go ahead and rub into the chest a little bit, softening the muscle, softening the fascia, really softening the fascia more than the muscle. But we're getting the muscle a little bit. And then maybe around the top of the shoulder, just natural breath. We're going to do our breath work after a little bit of movement. So we're moving right into some softening of the muscles here. So we'll be very comfortable when we sit. Now let's take the ball under the right foot. And if you haven't done a foot massage in a while, enjoy it. If you've been doing it every day, good for you. Just let that ball roll under the whole foot. So move it around. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do it. You decide what part of your foot you want to concentrate on, maybe the edges, maybe the middle. Put as much pressure as you want on the ball. And then move the ball aside, bring the right foot back to the mat, and just what that little bit of rolling feels like on the right foot versus the left foot. Maybe it feels like your foot is a little flatter to the ground. Not that we necessarily want flat feet, but that you're feeling a little more grounded. All right. I forgot to set a timer. I'll have to watch my time, guys. So go ahead and roll on the other side. Again, roll to what part of your body feels like you want to really of your foot needs it. Like for me, I really feel a nice release when I get to the edges. I'm doing the inner edge of my left foot, and that really feels like it was needed. That's all I can say. All right, I got to try to find my timers here. I have them set up. I just have to get on my watch and get them turned on. Timers. Oops, not timers. Alarms. Alarms. Technology. This is when technology is helpful. 12:35. Here we go. Okay, I have timers on. All right. Safety. I will not keep you all afternoon now. All right, go ahead and bring the left foot down. That one got maybe a little more love. Move the ball out of the way so that your feet are both well grounded. And we're going to do a little bit of tapping now. So I want you to sit towards the edge of your chair. So not way, way off, but away from the back, and ground your feet. I'm going to set myself back a little bit further again so you can see my feet really well. So knees over the ankles, and feel those sits bones nice and even. Maybe shift yourself a little bit side to side. Feel the crown of the head over the pelvis. And we're going to take let's take the left knuckles and gently tap the chest where we just rolled the ball. And then flatten your hand, and we're going to tap down the arm. Tap off the thumb, and then tap up the outside of the arm and around the shoulder, and go down 2 more times, just tapping. You can tap slowly, slower taps than what I'm doing, or faster taps if you feel like going faster. So we're just, again, just getting the circulation moving, waking up the body. We'll go to the other side, start here at the chest a little bit, and then go down the inner arm with your hand nice and flat, and up the outside. So we're not going to do a full body tap. We're just going to do arms and legs. And this is a qigong thing, but also energy medicine. We're just doing 3 times down the inner arm, up the outer arm, and then come to your hips and just give yourself a slap on the side of your hips, and then down the outside of your legs. And maybe forward fold if that feels okay for you, or if forward fold doesn't feel good, just tap as low as you can and then come around and tap up the inside. Maybe you step your feet a little wider so you feel like you have space to even do a forward fold. And we do 3 times down the outside and up the inside. Just getting all this stimulation, bringing more circulation up. And then just come to your hip points and just right here at your hips where the crease is, soft area, not on your belly, right over those bones. And give yourself a little pound, pound, pound. And then let your hands rest down on your thighs and just notice a minute. You did some rolling of the ball, some tapping of the body, and hopefully you feel just, I don't know, maybe a warmth or a tingling, or just like you've just woken up a little bit more. All right, we're going to take whatever hand you want, and I want you to make little figure eights in the air in front of your eyes. So we're not touching the eyes at all. We're just making that infinity sign sideways in front of the eyes, getting the energy in our body to cross over. And then take your other hand and do the same thing. A few figure eights. You can close your eyes if you want, if that makes you feel better. You can even imagine you see the infinity sign as you make the infinity sign, getting the energy of the right side of the body to move to the left, and the left to the right. And then bring your hands down. We'll do a little bit for the neck. So let's take the right ear to the right shoulder. And just let the head rest there. Nice deep breaths, feeling the stretch on the left side. Maybe the left arm dangles. Maybe the left arm reaches. So you decide how much stretch you want to get across the shoulder. And then maybe you nod your chin towards your chest. All these things are additions only if you want, if it feels good. Lift your chin slightly up and then back down again. So nodding yes as your head is bent a little bit towards this right shoulder. And then take your head directly over the right shoulder. Bring your left hand in. Take your right hand to the side of your head above your ear, and let your head be heavy on your right hand. So your right hand is literally holding your head up. Now the hand is going to press the head all the way up. Relax your neck totally. Let the hand press your head back to center. And then bring your hand down and notice how the left side of your neck feels. Let's do the same thing with the right. So right ear to right shoulder. Couple breaths here. How does the left ear, the left shoulder, right arm can drop. Adds a little weight to across the shoulder. And if you want, just like you're familiar with, probably reaching out a little bit, reaching out and down to lengthen that stretch all the way into the top of the arm. And you might feel it even further down the arm. And then we're bringing the chin towards the chest and then lifting up the chin. You don't have to lift your head up far, just lift up to where it feels okay to you. Think of nodding yes, even though your head is at the sides. Just your regular breath. I inhale as I lift my chin and exhale as I draw my chin towards my chest. And then bring your head back to neutral, but it's still leaning to the left. Rest your right hand down, left arm now. Left hand will come to above the ear and really let the weight of the head be on there. So using the arm to hold your head up. And then use your hand gently, gently, gently press your head back up, relaxing the neck, and come back to seated. And just notice how your neck feels. Maybe do a little roll of the head, a little turn, no, come to the right and the left. Think about the back of the head being what twists you. And then bring your head back to center. Bring your arms down by your sides. Now make sure your feet are well grounded here. So lift and spread the toes. Feel the balls of the feet pressing into the earth. Feel the heel pressing in. And then lower the heels down so you feel the engagement of your legs and your sits bones. Just feel like you're really pressing seated down really nice and firmly because we're going to take the arms and we're going to lift them. So I've got my arms forward now, so I've twisted my shoulders forward. I'm going to lift them up just to shoulder height or a little below the shoulders. I'm going to turn my palms down and away and then sweep back down again. So we're going to use our breath here. So here is our breath with movement today. So we'll inhale slowly, arms up, pause, and then exhale down. So the pause, you flip the hands. So with your breath, inhale slowly, almost like you feel like you're lifting something, but it's weightless. Turn your palms down and let the arms flow back down, nice and slow with your breath. So effortless movement. If this feels like you're muscling it or it doesn't feel good, make your movement smaller or just use the breath and don't use the arms. But if it feels okay, like your arms are like feathers, just let them sweep through the air. Let's go one more time to the front, palms lifting up. Pause and then exhale, hands come down. Now palms are up again, and we're going to lift up to the side. So we're lifting out to the side. Turn your palms down, that's a pause. Exhale down. So now we're like the wings of a bird. Inhale up. And exhale down, using your breath. So think about not just moving the hands, you're definitely working your intentional breath a little deeper than your normal breath, with that little pause as the arms change positions. If you close your eyes, maybe you can make this somewhat meditative. We could do this for the rest of the afternoon, right? And turn your palms down. Let's go one more time, sweeping the arms up, weightless arms. We'll add the weights later. Arms come down. Now let's interlace the fingers. Notice how you interlace because I'll have you switch it right in front of the chest. So now we're going to activate the muscles in our arms and do a really big stretch forward. So turn your palms away, stretch your hands towards me. So your wrists are going to flex. So depending on how much flexibility you have in your wrists, you might have to keep your elbows bent. but stretch your arms as forward as you can, keeping your shoulders back and your ribs pulling back too. So you're not trying to poke your ribs forward. And then from here, maybe you can lift a little higher. Maybe not. Take it to where it feels okay. You can keep the arms bent. Maybe your hands come over your head with your elbows wide. And maybe your arms can press up and away. If you want to keep the elbows bent, that's absolutely fine. Keep grounding your feet, keep pulling your belly in. And then let the arms separate and slowly come down. Cross your fingers your least favorite way, which just means the other way, and press forward again. So as I press my arms forward, I feel myself intentionally pulling my ribs back. I'm still grounding my feet and my hips are still grounded. And you decide if you want to lift the arms up. If you want to keep them straight up and lift to the ceiling and press to the ceiling, fine. Try to keep the shoulder blades away. Elbows can be bent, hands can be on the head. Your hands might stop here. Doesn't matter as long as you feel stretch across the chest and into the arms. And then we'll let the arms come down. Bring the hands behind you now and hold on to the back of your chair. So I'm just holding on to the chair, and depending on your arm length and your body length, you might have to hold a different place. I'm going to hold, let's see, I'm going to try to hold, of course, I'm sitting in a folded chair. You might be in a different chair, but when you hold, your feet are still grounded. I want you to let your body hinge forward and your hands will hold you up. So the weight of your body is hinging forward. You feel the chest open across the chest. Your shoulder blades are going to come somewhat together. And when you're in that position, I want you to take a couple of deep breaths. And as you take the deep breath, feel the rib cage expand with your breath. So your head is in line with your spine. So your gaze might be out a couple feet in front of you. So your head is not lifted up looking at the television or whatever screen you're looking at. And you're allowing the opening of the chest. All right, press strongly into your feet, down into the ground, and then lift yourself back up to seated. And let me see, next one I have for you guys. Oh, we get to do now we're going to do our face and our fingers. So we have 3 different moves, and we're going to repeat them a couple times. And I'll tell you what they are each time because I won't make you remember. But the first one is going to be, we're going to shift our shoulders up towards our ears, and we're going to make a face like we smell something horrible. So your whole face should squish together as your shoulders come up to your ears. So ready? And then release it down. So you made your face, right? Now, imagine somebody's coming up behind you and it's a big surprise that they're there. So I want a big surprise face, and I want your arms to come up like this with a finger spread. So it's and then let it down. So finger spread really wide, big mouth, big eyes, big eyebrows. Okay, the last one is going to be a smile as big as you can make it. And we're gonna flick while we're smiling, we're gonna flick each finger off our thumb 2 times. Big smile. Okay. So those are the 3 things. 3 things to do with your face, and your hands are doing something else. All right, or your shoulders. All right, let's start again. We're going to do this 2 more times. So, shoulder shrug, face clenches together. And then release it down. And then it's the big surprise. You can even go and release it down. And now it's a big smile. And we're going to flick the right hand now, or whatever hand you didn't flick. Keep the smile. Flick your fingers one at a time off the thumb. And then release it down. Okay, face yoga one more time. Squish everything together. Something really smells. And then release it down. Big surprise is my favorite. And then bring it down. Oh gosh. We have two sides. All right, we're going to do one flick with the right, one flick with the left. Big smile. Whatever you start with is okay. Keep it there. Really pull it back. Politician teeth. And then shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake your arms and legs. All right. We did our funny faces. Let's do some very specific shoulder rolls and shoulder actions. So hands resting on your thighs, sitting at the edge of your chair, engaging your core, sit nice and tall. Shoulders go up to your ears again and then roll them back, squeezing your shoulder blades together and then down and around. So whatever a circle of the shoulder is for your shoulders, it may not be as big as mine, it might be very small. Get that motion, get that direction going with your shoulders. So even if your motion is small, when you go to the back, think about pulling your shoulder blades together, strengthening your upper back, and opening the front body for your posture. All right, let's go to chicken wings. This is all familiar. Make your big fingers, still sitting with the feet well grounded. Let's take the elbows and make your circles. So again, starting where it's comfortable for you. And if it's available for you to make those circles wider and wider, go ahead and do so. If it's not available, keep the circles. Just get the lotion, get the motion going so you have lots of you know, a, a little more mobility in the shoulders. Now, if you can, bring your elbows towards each other in the front, just wherever they reach, and then away from each other as far back as you can without poking your ribs forward. And then do it again. Bring them back as far as you can. And so I don't know what these wings are called, maybe still chicken wings. And then bring them down, rest them down for a minute, not a whole minute. Or a minute for me means just a couple seconds. Shake them out if you need to. Spread your arms out to the sides. Let's flex those wrists again. And then bend the wrists down and press the backs of the hands away. And if you need to be down a little lower so it's comfortable for your shoulders, that's absolutely fine. The goal here is flexing the wrists in each direction and stretching the inside of the arm and the outside of the arm, the back of the wrist and the inside of the wrist. Roll. Roll. And then let's make Popeye arms again. I've done this with you guys before. I learned this from Kelly Fisher. So we've got our fists made in our hands, and we're going to take our fist forward like we're trying to roll the fist in as we make a muscle. So keep rolling the fists in. And then feel the bicep engage. If you're rolling and really pulling it in, do that. And then we're going to go the other way. Release the bicep, the Popeye muscle, and then open up, spread your fingers wide, and do it again one more time. Make the fist. You should feel tension in your arms here, and you should also feel tension in your back. So we are actually using our muscles without weights. We really want to feel like we're making the biggest bicep. Remember how Popeye used to go like his biceps? And then open back out and relax it down. Shake it out. All right, arm swings. So hopefully you don't have a something right here at the side of your chair. If you do, you'll be doing smaller arm swings. So let the arms just hang by the sides. We're going to relax them out a little bit. So let's swing both arms forward and back. Just let them swing. Let them be heavy. Even though the arms are heavy, the rest of your body is in that mountain pose. Feet are grounded. Shoulders and head are centered over your hips. All right, now can we make one arm go forward and one arm go back? So see, like this. Sweep and sweep. So that it can be as big, you can make it bigger or smaller. Just have fun with it. Let your arms be heavy. Control the rest of your posture though. All right, let's add legs. Legs. Opposite arm, opposite leg. You don't have to lift your leg as high as me. If you want, you can just lift your heel. Just lift and march, 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 march. Opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, let's turn it into a crisscross. Still marching, knees forward. A little bit of a twist. And slow it down. Hopefully you were taking that. Always take at a pace that's right for you. If I'm going faster, you can do what I'm doing, you just do it at your pace. Honestly, I take I take a exercise class on online, and they're always faster than me. They're doing their stuff fast, and I'm always going slower. So I do what I need to do. So I'm just saying, you do what you need to do. I know I went fast on the crisscross. Okay, let's see. I'm on page 2. All right, we did not do cats and cows yet. So let's go ahead and do cats and cows with cactus arms. So again, sitting away from the back of the chair, shoulders relaxing down. Feel your feet grounding. Lift and spread the toes, balls of the feet to the ground, heel to the ground. Feel your legs engage. Keep that lower body tone as we lift the heart up to the sky, like we're trying to shine our chest to the sky. And then we're going to draw the elbows together as you pull your mid back towards the back of your chair. Elbows come together as far as they can. They don't have to come all the way together. And then again, lift the heart. So think about lifting the heart rather than the ribs. And then lower back down. Lowering down and rounding the back body. So making that C curve, whatever that C shape is like for you, and then lifting the heart. Again, and feel your grounding, feel your legs keeping their posture. I've got my legs engaged the whole time. So I feel the toning in my legs as I'm moving my upper body. All right, cat and cow. Keep your arms open. Find that relaxation of the shoulders. Let's let them drop for a minute, shake them out. Come back to goalposts. So again, ground the legs, ground the feet, ground the sits bones. And we're going to take the twist above the belly button, so it's the ribs twisting to the right, just as far as it feels like a good twist to you. Don't ever crank this around. And then inhale back to center and to the left. Now, if the arms being a goalpost, it makes it too hard for you to twist, you can have your arms down and resting on your leg as you twist. This is harder because it adds some weight. So we're doing this twist slowly and mindfully with a nice slow breath. Again, go at your pace. We'll do one more time each side, wherever you are in that. I want to do a rep of 3. Inhaling as you come back through center, exhaling as you twist. So if you haven't got your breath right and it doesn't feel right to breathe that way, just breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Come back to center and let your shoulders relax down. Shake out in any way you want. Okay, let's do a little bit, one more thing with the shoulders, and it's sort of a twist too. All right, so we're just going to reach across at a 45-degree angle. So left hand to the right corner, and then the right hand to the left corner. And as we're doing it, the hips stay grounded, and you're just twisting, and your rib cage is moving with you. Again, if you don't want to straighten, if you don't want to go that high, you can have the hands go down. Just reach across the body so that you get a little bit of a twist. Reaching across. All right, now let's rest down. We're going to do a little bit with the legs, and then we're going to go to our waves. All right, can you see my feet? Let me move back. Huh, I can't see my own computer. I think my feet are in there. Let me move back some more. I need to have a bigger screen, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and put the feet, again, planted on the ground, sitting away from the back of your chair. Shoulders over hips, sitting nice and tall and mountain. Shoulders relaxing, though. And we're going to take our toes on the right side and lift them off the floor, keep the heel on the floor. And then do the same thing with the left. And tap again, right and left. Now take the heel off the floor and lift it. Make sure the heel stays in line with the front of the foot. So no angling in or out. Stretch the front of the foot and then bring it down and then do the same thing with the left. So we're doing this slowly so you can feel what needs to be stretched and allow the stretch to happen. Again, making sure, even if you have to look down a little bit, make sure your heel is lined up with the front of your foot. And whatever you're doing, I want you to be able to feel a stretch in the front of the ankle. And now we're going to go toes lift, heels lift, toes lift, heels lift. All right, so right foot toes lift, right foot heel lifts, left foot toes lift, left foot heels lift. It's pretty predictable. Right foot, left foot, left foot. So just a few times now, some motion in the ankles. One more time, right foot toes, right foot heel, left foot toes, left foot heel. All right. Now, I want you to think about pressing just the inner side of your feet. Even though your feet are flat, put a little more pressure to press the big toe down into the mat and maybe the inner side of your heel. So you feel like you're sort of hugging your inner legs together. There's no block there, but your feet are pressing down and hugging, and your legs are hugging to the inside. Knees stay right where they are. So you're not moving. It's just a little extra, little teeny weeny movements that will give you the sensation of using the muscles on your inner legs and inner thighs. And now do the same with the outside. So baby toe presses down, the outer sides of your feet press down, and notice what you feel in your legs when you do that. More the outside of the legs engaging. And then just switch between the inner and outer. So we're strengthening the ankles here. So you may feel a little sensation when you switch at the ankle. Of course, it's very safe because we're sitting in the chair. And if you don't feel anything, don't worry about it. Just see if you can intend more pressure or more focus on the inner side of your ankles and then the outer side of your ankles by using your feet. So when you actually move them side to side, you'll engage this part of your ankle. All right, let's shake that out. And then stretch your foot forward, heel to the ground. So I've got my right foot forward, heel to the ground, and toes to the sky, and I'm still sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to press the heel down and really try to pull my toes back, even the baby toe. Baby toe gets left behind, so pull your baby toe back too. And then bring that foot in and stretch the other side. Left heel down, toes to the sky. And your leg doesn't have to be perfectly straight. If you want to have the knee a little bent, that's fine, especially if your hamstrings are super tight. You can also put your foot on a block. We'll come back and do it again. So I'll do it on a block this time. So could have said that the first time. If it's too much to put your heel all the way to the ground, put it on a block and do the same thing. And then you can switch the block to the other side. Again, I really want you to think about pressing the heel down and pulling the toes back. So you get a stretch behind the heel, the calf, even the hamstring will probably be involved in that as well. Okay. Let's keep a block towards the middle, maybe two. And we're going to step our feet wide, sitting at the edge of the chair. So wide, what's wide? Your wide might be narrower than my wide. We're going to be hinging forward and maybe touch the block. Maybe the blocks need to be stacked like this so it's more available, one on top of the other, or maybe even like this, one on top of the other. I want you to be able to put your hands on the block. So you decide how you're going to stack your blocks. They're in the middle. I think I'm going to make mine like this. one tall and then one sideways. All right, so our feet are slightly turned out. Imagine your left foot is at 12:30 and your right foot is at 11:30. So the little bit of turnout. Bring your hands to your hips. Keep your hips grounded and then bring your heart slightly forward. Keep your knees tracking over your feet. Feel your inner thighs stretch and bring your left hand to the block. Bring your right hand to your hip and then twist the ribs slightly to the right. Doesn't have to be a big twist. You're already in a forward fold. So make this feel good. If the forward fold does not work for you, stay upright and just twist to the right, upright. Untwist yourself back to center. Bring your hands to your thighs and gently press in to lift yourself back up. Again, if you need to take a break with your knees and do a little in and out with them, but we're keeping them wide, tracking over those feet. Take your right hand, hands to your hips, hinge slightly forward, and touch the block with your right hand. Left hand to your hip, and we're going to twist to the left. So your head is turning, maybe your ribs are slightly to the left. The important thing is your knees are staying wide over, tracking with the feet, so they're not dropping in. Then bring your hand back to center, bring your hands to your hips, lift them up. Let's just do a few circles on the sits bones. So we've done this many times. Hands at the hips, and we're just hinging forward, back, and side, shifting weight from one sits bone to the other. A little bit of a release there. Knees are still wide. All right. Walk your feet back to center. Move your blocks out of the way. We'll use them in a little while. Bring your legs back to parallel so that they're lined up with your hips, hip creases, your hip bones. And I want you to lift the right leg up. And maybe you take your hand underneath your thigh like a sling and point your toes and flex your toes. You decide how deep you flex at the hip, how much you bring that knee in. Whatever you're doing, I want you to sit tall. So I don't want you to go. I want you to keep yourself nice and tall. So maybe your lift is not very tall at all, but try the point and flex. And then rest it out. And do the other side. So sling. You decide if you want to draw it higher or just sling it there and just point it down, toes to the floor, flex your heel back again. So you have a little more range of motion here. You're not stuck on the floor. Maybe roll that roll that ankle too. We didn't roll yet. We'll roll the other one since we didn't do it. Okay. I think we're about ready to go. Oh, one more. Figure four. Okay, figure four. So figure four. We've done this many times before as well. Figure four would be putting your ankle over your thigh. If that is too much for you, you can have one block or two blocks to the inside of your left foot and bring your right pinky side of your foot onto the blocks. So you're opening the inner thigh here. So you decide what version you want to do. I'm going to stay with that one. My hands are on my hips. I'm sitting nice and tall. And if you can stretch more, maybe you hinge the heart forward again, only a little bit. If you're really stretching, you want to go further, you go further. But it's the heart that moves forward. The spine is long. The goal is to stretch the inner and outer hip of the right leg. So inner thigh, outer hip. Press into your left foot and let that help you hinge you back up to seated. If you've got your leg crossed, you're going to uncross and switch sides. So I'll do the other side with a full figure four over my thigh, sitting nice and tall, hands to hips, or you can put your hands on your shin. I should have said that the first time. It was easy with the hips with the foot on the block. a little awkward with the hips with your leg crossed over. I'll try it. Heart moves forward. The crossed over leg, the foot is flexed. So my toes are lined up with my knee. So that's safe joint alignment. And press again into the foot that's on the ground, the right foot, and allow that to help you hinge with your straight spine back into your seat. Shake out your legs and reach for your weights. So I'm thinking time-wise, I'm thinking maybe we'll do each one 6 times, not 8. So let's sit to the edge of the chair. Knees centered over your feet. And your arms are going to be holding the weights with the palms up. And you're going to have the weights by your side slightly turned out. So I've got my elbows right in there, arms are out, and they're kind of like at a table. And I'm going to be doing W's. So the W, I'm going to reach my arms away from the body. And then when I pull them back, I want to squeeze my shoulder blades together in the back and then reach out again. So the goal here again is that strengthening at the back. We did this sort of without weights. So when I reach out, there's definitely going to be some work in the arms, the upper arm bicep, and the back as we draw the elbows together in the back. Really think more about squeezing the shoulder blades together, bring the heart open, and then open back out. We just added weights to our W's, that's all. And this is 3, I think. I inhale as I reach the arms out, and I exhale as I bring them back together. So I feel for me, the effort is more squeezing my shoulder blades together in the back than lifting my arms out. It may be the opposite for you. Wherever you feel is more effort, that's where you want to exhale. I think we have one more. All right. Go ahead and rest your weights. Roll out your shoulders. You guys feel like you just got a little bit of work back there? Doesn't take much weight to feel that. All right, next one I have here are reciprocal hammer curls. So a reciprocal hammer curl is the weights are going to pass each other in the middle. So you're constantly moving your arms up and down. So it's not this together and it's not one up and down, then one up and down. We'll start one up. Let's start with the right one up and the left one down. And then slowly raise and lower. And hammer curls, your fingers are facing the body. We're not doing a regular bicep curl with the fingers facing up and down. So we're doing hammer curls, like we're taking a hammer and hammering. And do these slowly, grounding those feet, grounding the sits bones, feeling the base very stable. Your upper body's relaxed. And you're just hammering the heck out of something with control. Do you guys feel how just this constant movement and passing the weights, never really stopping, is a nice way to build some strength in your biceps? All right. Let's do one more on each side. I can't count and talk. And then let's go ahead and bring the weights to our thighs. And the next one I have for you. Okay. We're going to have to spread the legs wide on this one just to make room. So again, wide, sitting to the edge of the chair. And you're going to have the weights together, touching. And your arms, almost like you're holding a big bouquet of something. We're going to press into the feet, press into the sits bones, and lift the arms keeping the shape of an O or an oval, and then lower it back down again. So again, you're pressing into the feet. Core is engaged here. You definitely get some core work, lifting the arms up and lowering them back down. Now, I said we could do this standing or sitting. We're doing it all sitting. If I were doing this standing, I would add chair pose to it. So I'd have my legs um, parallel and I sit back in a chair as I raise my arms up. It's pretty hard. So let's stick with this. The other thing I usually do is I increase the amount of time that I sit in the chair pose as I'm lifting my arms up and down. So if you want to add on to this one day, chair pose and arms, these are called O's, like Oreo. O. And let's go one more. You feel your core engage as you lift the arms? Okay, rest your weights on your thighs or somewhere, relax your shoulders out. Okay, the next one I have, oh, this one's fun. So we're gonna end up doing 8 different moves, and we'll probably just do it 3 times, and follow me. So now we're gonna have the arms facing forward, holding the weights as if I am gonna do a bicep curl. You're gonna start here. So you're starting at a half bicep curl. This is move 1. Move 2, move the weights away, keep the elbows attached to you. So 1, 2, 3 is bend in bicep curls. 4 is turn the weights forward. And 5 is lift up to the sky if you can. 6 brings the weights back down. 7, Arnold Palmer, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then we go back to the beginning with the arms forward and the bicep half curl. So that's it, 8 moves. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you can, or stay at 4. 6 back down again. 7, palms face you, come to Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then lower back down, but you're not letting go. You're not letting your arms go all the way down yet. You're still here. That's 1, 2. Oops, I'm doing it at 3. I did it different. 3, 4. Lift up if you can. If not, stay at 4. We're still at 4 if you stayed there. Bring the weights in. Bring the weights down. Did you like that one? No? I can't. I don't know if you're. Oh, I forgot. Smile. Smile. Okay, I think I have one more. You got one more in ya? This one's gonna be goddess again, so wide legs. And we're gonna have the weights starting in the middle again, hanging down. So I've got my weights, my hands more towards the top of my weights. And we're gonna lift up, out like a V and come back in. Again, you decide how high up. We're lifting up, out like a V. Elbows are soft, even though your arms are long. High like a V, maybe to shoulder height. Don't go any higher. I want you to keep your shoulders a little relaxed away from the ears. And out and away. 2 more. All right. That's it for weights, upper body. So set your weights aside. And we're going to come back to having, let's say, the block setup that we had before with the forward fold. So I put one block along and another block on top. or maybe your blocks are lower. We're going to be doing a forward fold again with a little bit of a twist. We're going to do a moon salutation. So not a sun salutation, a moon salutation. So the blocks are going to be at a place that when you fold forward, you can put your hand on it. But we also still need to have our feet, hopefully you can fit them, behind the block or whatever, because we start with the legs together. So I shouldn't say together. We start with the knees lined up with the hip points and then the ankles below that. So you're sitting in your mountain pose. And let's make our fingers interlace except for the index finger. So it's like church in the steeple. And we're going to lift the arms up. If you can lift them overhead, lift them overhead. If not, you can keep them elbows bent or straight up. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale, lengthen ourselves. And when we exhale, we're going to side bend slightly to the left. Keep the left sits bone grounded, and then inhale back up, bend slightly to the right. So little side bends. Inhale up, and we're going to come into goddess pose. So elbows bent and knees step wide. Hands face forward. Here we are in goddess. From goddess pose, we're going to lift the arms up and then back down again. Let's lift them up. Hallelujah. Keep the legs wide. Back down again. And then bring your hands to your hips. Walk your feet in and stretch your right heel to the ground, toes to the sky. And we'll hinge slightly forward. I forgot to do the twist. We'll come back to it on the next time. Right leg comes in, left leg goes forward. So a little hinging forward, stretching the hamstring, the calf, toes to the sky. All right, let's come back to the twist. Bring your left hand to the block, right hand to your hip, twist to the right. If you want, raise the arm. Untwist yourself, looking at the center, bring the right hand to the block, left hand to your hip, and ribs will twist slightly to the left. Keep the left shoulder back. We've been working on keeping shoulders down and back. If you want, lift the arm. Bring your hands down and press into your feet. Lift yourself into that goddess pose again. And then bring your hands together overhead. Walk your feet in. And inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale up and exhale to the left. Inhale up and let your arms float down. We're going to do it again, and I'm going to do it the right way. You guys didn't know, right? We were supposed to do the forward fold with a twist right after the first goddess. So I kind of had to make it up. All right. So here we go. Interlace your fingers now the other way. Make your steeple. And arms rising to where your shoulders can still stay relaxed. Pressing down into the feet and the hips on the chair, side bend to the right. Inhale, engage that core as you pull up, and exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale up, goalpost arms, goddess, palms forward. Stretch your arms up to the sky, and then bring your hands back down again. Inhale up like you mean it. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale down. Hands to the block. Left hand stays on, right hand to the hip, twist to the right. Lift the arm if you want. Hands come down, back through the center. Center yourself back up before you go to the other side. Hand to your left hip. Twist to the left. Maybe the arm reaches. Don't have to, or you can keep it in a goal pose. Come back through center. Bring your hands to your thighs. Press down with your feet and into your thighs. Now step the right foot forward. Heel to the ground, toes to the sky. Step the left foot forward, heel to the ground, toes to the sky. Come back to goddess. Lift your arms up. Walk your feet in. Come to steeple hands. And this time, let's bend to the left first. Left and right. And then come back to center. Let's bring the hands down in prayer. And then hands down, resting on your thighs. Shake out your shoulders. Move your blocks out of the way. And let me see my time. Oh my goodness. Let's do one warrior flow. Warrior two to reverse warrior, each side to just stretch everything out. And then we'll do a little sit back. All right. So we're still sitting towards the edge of the seat. Let's take the right leg out the right side of the chair and the left leg faces me. So we're sitting straddling the corner of our chair. Hold your hands onto your ribs and twist your ribs towards me. To wherever they go, don't have to force it. Reach your arms over the front leg and back, and then turn your head and look over the right fingertips. Warrior two. Inhale deeply, grow taller. Relax the shoulders. Hold on to the chair with your left hand. Turn your whole right arm up. Sweep it up to the sky and give yourself a lovely side bend, stretching up the whole right side of the body. Feel the right sits bone ground. And then exhale, come back to warrior two. Bring your hands together in prayer. Close your legs right to the front again. Now step the left leg out and shift yourself to the corner of the chair. Ribs twist towards me. Arms reach forward and back. Head looks over the left fingertips. Inhale, grow tall, relax the shoulders. Keep the legs going wide, don't let the knees drop in. Right hand comes to the chair, left arm turns up, sweep up, stretch the arm up while you press gently down with that left heel and sits bone. So feel the stretch. And then return to warrior two. And then bring your hands to prayer as you bring your legs back together again. And then just go ahead and take your hands and let your feet, the knife edge side of your feet, come to each side and let the knees open and shut. Maybe a little sits bone circles. A little rolling of the shoulders when you do that. And it's time for relaxation. You guys ready for that? We're going to sit back now. Sit back to the back of your chair so you feel supported. And if you want, you can lay down on a mat or your sofa if it's nearby. And it's time for Shavasana, so time for allowing the body to relax. So when you get in position, just sort of scan the body. And we did a variety of things, stretching, twisting, some weightlifting. We used our body in different ways today. And just see what your body's saying to you now. Is it happy that the class is done? Is it ready for a rest? If it's not ready for a rest, go ahead and do another hour of class. You can go to the YouTube channel and pick a class, do another one, go out for a walk. But for a moment, let's allow ourselves to be quiet and intentionally soften the body. And that means anything that feels tense, you want to let go of. Let go of meaning just let go of that tense muscle. Soften it. Tell your brain to tell your muscle to relax. Closing your eyes if that feels good, just your natural breath. And I'm going to just read a couple of affirmations. These came from Kathy Reese when we did our in person gathering in early May or late April. I can't remember whether it was April or May. So these were just some self compassion affirmations. So I'm just going to read a couple of them while you relax. I honor my body and its journey. I offer myself patience, kindness, and understanding. I allow myself to move at my own rhythm, to rest without guilt, and to celebrate every moment of courage. I am not defined by my challenges. I am defined by my resilience, my heart, and my hope. Feel the breath moving in your body. Feel the space that you've made for your breath in your body. With your practice today, notice if your mind is on a back road instead of the super highway, racing many ways at once, taking just a leisurely back road ride. Now let's just start to deepen the breath. So intentionally deepening the breath, feeling the inhale awaken you a little bit, maybe speeding up a little bit on the back road, thoughts coming into the room, and then turn your head gently, one side, one shoulder to the other, and then stretch your arms out, spreading the fingers, unrolling the wrists, one direction and then the other. And then even from the back of your chair, maybe one leg lifts, maybe both legs lift, and maybe roll the ankles. So feet can be down or feet can be up or legs can be up. And then let the hands and feet come back to the ground. Eyes are open. Sit up from the back of your chair, but you can stay towards the back of your chair. Let the hands just rest on your thighs and find mountain pose again. So the center of the top of the head is centered over your pelvis. Notice if you can relax the shoulders while you keep a lovely lifted posture. A nice, great, big, deep breath. And then exhale out. The next deep breath will close the class with the sound of an om. So you can bring your hands together in prayer if you like. Inhale deeply. Om. Bring your thumbs to your third eye for kind thoughts, to your lips for kind words, and back to your heart center, filling yourself with compassion so that you can send that compassion out to everybody around you. Namaste.
Thank you,